Hello, welcome to my stream. Yeah, today I'm gonna be working on this girl I started a while ago. First of all, I just want to show you some tips and tricks I use before I start to do this. It's a work in progress, you can see. I started with some Dynamesh, like if you can see like the legs here. It's all Dynamesh, which I'm gonna go in and polish. And then yeah, the arms too, it's what I think I'm gonna be working on today. But yeah, just before I start, I just want to show you some tips and tricks I use. My first tricks I like to show you, it's when I work, I have some what's up? I have some brush settings. Like when I use the move tool, I like to put the focal shift a little bit higher, like this. So it's a little bit more precise. When I move things around, yeah, it's a setting I like, and I have a couple of settings like this for all my brushes. If I use like the smooth brush, when you start ZBrush, it's very high. It's like 100%. It smooths very fast. I like to dial down a little bit to like 20 or something like this. So yeah, I have a couple of settings. If you look at my clay tube brush, which I use a lot, when I clay tube, I put straight away the back face masking. If it's off and you sculpt, you see what it does on the back. Yeah, so that's the first thing. I set my back face mask off, so when I sculpt, it doesn't affect the backside of the mesh. And yeah, all those settings. But the thing is, it's that with all those settings, when you go into the preference config and oh yeah, quick save. That's good. Yeah, when you go in preference and then you just do store config, it doesn't store all those brush settings into, and then when you restart ZBrush, you have to reset all those settings. So it's a bit annoying. So what I did, there's a workaround for this. When you go into your program file, C program file, Pixology, ZBrush 4.7, there's a ZScript folder here, and by default you should have like this default ZScript.txt, and here it is. So it's a little macro. It's very easy to make. What it does, it's first it select the polymesh 3D, which is the little star here. It draw the star on the canvas, then it press edit, and it does some. It selects the material here, which I don't need the red wax, but yeah, it selects the matte cap gray, and then after it selects the dam standard, set some lazy radius settings, set intensity, and then my clay tube, the back face mask, and all those stuff. And the cool things about this, it executes when ZBrush starts. So all my settings here are just like automatically launch when ZBrush starts. So that's pretty handy. The only thing you have to note about this little script is that if you push, you have to put this if one thing here. Just mean that if 1 equal 1, just launch the script. Usually when you do some macro or some stuff, you're gonna have like let's say a button, like whatever, and then it's gonna launch the script when you hit the button. But since we want it to start when ZBrush start, you just have to put this if one here, and then just do whatever you like in here. It's very easy to make a macro inside ZBrush. For example, if you go into macro, you just do a new macro, and then you say no, you don't want to initialize because it's gonna reset the UI and stuff. And then you do whatever you want, like focal shift, Z intensity, everything you want to change. And then when you do end macro, you can save your file like in a desktop, for example. And yeah, if you open it, you just see the line I hit, like the focal shift was changed to 50 to 58, and you just copy paste this into your script file. So that's very handy. It's pretty cool. So yeah, you can set your brush settings and everything. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's my first little tips. I would like to show you other things, like when you start a character, it's very important to set your size correctly, and then to be in sync. Like if you use a 3D package for production, and then you want to set the right size, because if the size of your ZBrush file is too small, the Dynamesh is gonna be super heavy, or it's gonna be not heavy enough. The transpose tool is gonna behave like it's gonna be hard to scale stuff. There's a couple of things like this in ZBrush. When the scale is wrong, it's hard to work with. So here in the export settings, there's a setting called the scales. It's a bit of a misleading settings because it's in the export, but this settings and also when you import stuff, it change, and also when you export displacement and stuff, this setting. So it shouldn't, like the thing that shouldn't be in export panel should be like, I guess, somewhere else. But yeah, I'm just gonna show you, like, if I just did a quick cube. If you put the settings for 10, for example, and then you import a cube, like it's I did it in 3D package software. It's about like 6 foot tall, like in scale. And then since I put the 10 before I imported it, yeah, I set the scale here, and then I imported after. You look, if I just hit Dynamesh, you see the density of the Dynamesh? It's pretty high. If I just set it to 100 before importing my stuff, and then I hit Dynamesh with the exact same settings, the density is way lower. So what ZBrush do when you set this scale is that basically it's scaled down the whole scene when it import. When you import some things, it scales down the whole scene, and then when you export it back, it scales it up. So it's like you're working in a scene that's ZBrush friendly, for example. So yeah, I found like for a character like a 6 feet tall character, the scale of 10 is usually super good. Like you see the density of the Dynamesh when you want to work some small parts and stuff. Yeah, scale to 10. But say if you want to do like I don't know, like a building tall character or creature, whatever, you might want to change the scale because it's gonna be way too high. So yeah, I just start with a scale of 10, and then yeah. And the thing is, also with this export settings, like this character I think I didn't do it. Like, the scale is 1. But the thing is, with this export setting, if you change it like to 10, it won't change anything inside ZBrush, but when you're gonna export it, it's gonna scale it 10 times higher. So you want to leave it the way you started. And also, when you change it, it's not per subtool. It's like the whole Z tool is gonna change. Like if I change it to 10 and I change the subtools here, it's still changed to 10. Like every subtool are affected by this setting. It's like a global setting. So it's a good trick to keep in mind. It's gonna also affect like the displacement map when you export the displacement map. Yeah, that setting is gonna influence, like it's gonna scale your displacement map by 10 times. So yeah. Last little thing I want to show you before I start is the creasing stuff. Like you can see, I usually model it. It depends on the pieces, but not this one. But this piece, for example, maybe this one. Yeah, I use a lot of those creasing stuff and Z-modeler inside the ZBrush, and I prefer a lot more the creasing stuff than the tree edge to support the edges with 3 edge loops. And the reason for that, if I go here, I do a key cube. I have my Z-modeler brush here. Some edges. Yeah, that export functions. Like not a lot of people are aware of this, but it's very handy. The creasing, yeah, you can export the creasing in Maya if you want, or in 3ds Max. I think it doesn't work with OBG, but it works with Gozy. If you hit Gozy, it's gonna transfer your creasing into other 3D softwares. I think if you save your tool, if you export it as a Maya file here, it's gonna transfer your creasing into Maya. But since I'm working in video games, we just decimate the stuff and then we use a low res and then transfer it with a normal map on the high res. We don't really have to bring it in other 3D packages. But if you want, yeah, I think I'm just gonna show you something. Let's say I crease here my edge. Just to change something by UI. If you just gonna do a quick stuff here, just because my UI is messed up. I have the enable customize here. The apply. Dynamics of div. And there. I'd say. Yeah, crease level. Yeah, so in ZBrush you can, as you already probably know, you can set the creasing level to 2 or 3. So it's gonna crease for the 2 first subdivision level, and after it's gonna stop to crease. It's gonna give like some nice smooth result. That thing cannot be transferred to the packages, not as I know. Maybe there's some tricks, but not as I know. It's the only thing. But the thing why I love creasing inside ZBrush, it's usually when you model, like the old way I was modeling, so I was inserting edge to support the geometry here. Like this, if I want to do a sharp corner. But the thing is, when you do this, all the geometry, when you subdivide, go on the corners. Yeah, the voice is a little low. I don't know if I can enhance it more. That's like the maximum. Maybe I can put my microphone closer. But yeah, the thing is, when you do those edges, all the geometries goes into those corners, and then you don't have any more. You don't have a lot of polygons to work with on the flat surfaces. So if I go and just subdivide it, I have a lot of resolution here, but I don't have much resolution on the air. So yeah, that's why the creasings comes handy. It's now when I subdivide it, the resolution is like spread across the surface more evenly, so I can go in and I have as much resolution on air than on edges. So for doing some details on arch surface, it's pretty useful. Yeah, that's why I use creasing a lot more. I try. The only thing with creasing though, if I come back, yeah, it's like when you put some edges in here, you have the control or on how smooth you want the surfaces to be in this area. Like let's say you want it to be less smooth, you just have to bring those edges a bit further, so you have the control over it. In creasing you don't really have the control over this, but like you can see, the creasing is much stronger on the edges here, but it kind of this weird, like this curve, because it's like the polygon is way too long to support this creasing. So good habit is to try to put the polygon, to spread the polygon evenly on your surface like this, so you have a better angle with your surface. So yeah. So if I look at my character here, yeah, it's a lot of crease mesh. Sometimes I just go in Dynamesh stuff, or like it's a work in progress. So yeah, I'm just gonna start and work on those pieces. I think I'm gonna do it like a good habit, especially on the arm stuff, to make the things more interesting, is to break the symmetry. So I think I'm gonna work differently from one arm to the other arm. I might use the mirror after, or just symmetrize it. But, yeah. Also, yeah, another technique I use a lot is I start with Dynamesh with here. Hey Alfred. Yeah, if you have any question or anything, don't hesitate to ask. Yeah, so I always start with Dynamesh, and then I use a couple of techniques. The one I like the most is the Topology brush. This one here. I did in my that's my custom menu. I did a small macro here, bakes a div. I called it. It's under macros. I have a couple of stuff here, and what it basically does is that it duplicates the mesh. I think it's Control Shift D to duplicate the mesh. If you have like multiple polygroups and stuff, it does one polygroup for the old things. I think it removes all the layers. There's layers. And then now I have a duplicate of the same stuff, so then I can use my Topology brush and then just do a shape like this. Delete and then just delete the rest. So now I have a new shape I can start to work on. It's pretty fast. I can start use my ZBrush brush here and then crease some edge. No scar and quick save. Hi Zombie, I'm not sure what you're asking for. What was that shape tool called? Which? The Topology brush or the ZBrush brush? Yeah, you have the Topology brush here under the brushes. I can show you quickly how it works. It's very handy. It's very fast to make a topology with it. It's like you just draw polygons basically. You draw them, and then if you alt and drag a curve, it removes all the extra lines. Like this. You can draw multiple. You can like do pretty basic retouple with it. Sometimes it doesn't work. Like this polygon doesn't work, so you have to look from other angles why it doesn't work. But anyway, no, it's pretty good. You can change the size of your draw size, so it's gonna draw smaller lines. When it doesn't work, I just restart like this. Yeah. Also, if you draw a line and you just want to remove the extra instead of alt clicking in the empty the rest of the mesh, you can just alt click and then drag it over a line, and it's gonna remove that line like this. Also, if you try to do sometimes, yeah, let's say you just want to to make things like this. Yeah, there's some tricks. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it works, but it's very handy to do some fast topology. When you're happy with the mesh, you just click somewhere else, and it makes a mesh with the thickness, and it automatically masks the other rest of the mesh, and it creates some polygroups. And that's why I use my big subdiv, and then I create the old polygroup before doing this, because otherwise I need to unhide every polygroup and then just delete it, and then now I can start working with new shapes. It's pretty fast. Yeah, the ZBrush brush is in here, and then you can do all kind of stuff with the polygon, like any other 3D packages. Like you have, if you over like an edge here, you have like a insert edge. Like this, you can remove edge loops. Pretty cool. And then also, when I use the Topology brush, it automatically creates the polygroups for the thickness. So you can just add like, here, I think it's 2 layers. And then let's say you want to separate those 2 polygroups, you can just unhide the polygroups in the middle and use auto group. And now you have a lot of time. What I just do, it's like I remove the thickness, I delete hidden, and then I can start from this and then pull the things around, just delete some polygon here. And then I put back the thickness when I'm starting to be happy with the shape. But yeah, not happy with the shape. So. Hey Daniel, thanks man. Yeah, so I basically just start with some Dynamesh here. I don't know why the project, I think I saved my UI while the project button of the Dynamesh was on, so it's always on. Other stuff, like I built two custom menu layers. One's for the brushes, and one's for all the tools I use the most. And I put a shortcut. If you just Control Alt, click on those, you can put a shortcut. So I put a shortcut on 1 and 2. I've override the repeat last shortcut. So here it is. It's a bit. It's because I like to keep my shortcut close to my left hand on the keyboard. So like I don't go further to 4 and 5. So I don't have. I can just like quickly hit my shortcuts on the keyboard. So yeah, I don't have like custom shortcut. I just use those menus. It's pretty handy. It's very nice. And the thing is also, I can put my UI in full screen mode, so I can see better my model like in full screen. I could even like hide this. I think I put the sub tool. The the tool one, I think. Yeah, this one. I put a shortcut on this one too. So if I hit 3, I have my subtool here, my subtool palette. So I have everything I need, and I can work in a full screen. I have that clip brush here. So yeah, when I'm starting with Dynamesh, I don't care about the thickness because I know I'm gonna fix it later. And yeah, the symmetry with the clip curves are annoying, so I just remove the symmetry like this, delete it, and now I can do this. And then whenever I want to symmetrize this shape, I just go in and mirror, because I know the mirror and weld works only one way. If you mirror and weld, it doesn't work this way, so you have to mirror it first, and then mirror and weld. No, I'm not in the detailing part. I'm in the... That's like my workflow basically is I start with the Dynamesh like this, and then I just build parts onto it onto my Dynamesh, and I start like, for me the legs, for example, is the rough part. It's like the sketching part. The arms to it's the sketching part. If you can see, like here the torso is a bit more refined, but for me it's like that's like oops, like this shape. For me it's the first step. It's like I just draw it, and then I retopo it a little bit. This one was like polygroups, and then some moved by I masked some stuff and moved stuff around. And then when that phase is gonna be done, after I finish all the parts, then I'm gonna come back on everything and add like those alphas and some details. So like I call them like the primary shapes. So that's basically my primary shapes. Then after I'm gonna start to subdivide it and add some alphas, and it's gonna, when you start to subdivide it and add the detail, everything start to blend together, and it looks way much nicer when. But yeah, I'm far to be on this yet. But yeah, no, it's not. It's not the detailing part. Like this is like the concepting stage. I kind of concept at the same time as I model. So that's why it takes. I find it takes much more time to concept stuff while you're modeling. Because sometimes I just do a shape, I don't like it, I put it in the garbage and start over. I like also to let ZBrush guide my shapes. So if I just clay stuff and then there's some happy accident that happened, so I just go with it. Right? Yeah, me for the perspective stuff. Me, I sculpt in perspective. Yeah, I know it's good. It's good like this, but it looks so much weird when you're not in perspective. Like it's like the feet and everything. Kind of, I like to see where I'm going with stuff. So yeah, I always sculpt in perspective, but not anatomy. Then though anatomy it's different. It's very, you have to be precise. But for modeling a suit like this, doesn't really matter for me. Like now the dynamesh settings a bit low. Just higher it a little bit. Oh, sometimes does this. I don't know why. Just does this. Just some part and then sometimes it fixes it. Yeah. Also, I really like the oh, I don't have it. The orb brush. Why don't I have it? Where did I put it? Startup brush preset. Yeah, arm cracks. There you go. I really like this brush to design some panel or it's like drawing to the surface. And also there's some cool tricks. This transpose line, I really like this transpose line compared to like the Gizmo and other 3D packages. There's some really cool tricks you can pull out with this transpose line. If you don't already know, there's a bend tool. You can bend your mesh here in the middle. If you with the move one, if you hit alt click in the middle one, it's just gonna bend. If you go at the last knot here, you can bend stuff like this. That's pretty handy. With the rotate stuff, also there's some cool tricks. When you do like posing and stuff, you can rotate by let's say you can rotate, like you can do a line like this, and then if you alt, instead of rotating like this, if you alt click, kind of make a joint rotation, like the pivot points like this. Now this one instead of like the first one, change the pivot point basically. It's pretty cool. I think, yeah, the scale one, the little secret about the scale one is, no, it's the move one. When you right click on the last nut, like with the right click, it inflates. The cool thing about this inflate is different from the one in the deformation palette. If you go here and then you can let's see here. It does a different behavior than the other one, I think. I'm not so sure about this a little bit. Anyway, not so different, but I thought. Hey Danny. Yeah, the UI stuff, it's long to do. Like it takes some times. Like when sometimes I just like start working and I don't want to do the UI, but if you just take an hour and do it, you're gonna save so much time after a while. So yeah, the trim dynamics really bring some shapes. Then yeah, it's like the trim dynamic brush. Sometimes it does stuff that I don't intend to do. So I can just let ZBrush work for me sometimes. Like this curve was not. I didn't manage this curve, but now I see it and I'm starting to like it. So I can just like glance it. The brush action pop, yeah, I can show you quickly. It's a bit tricky to do. It's like first you can make your own menu here. You just go into enable customize, and then when you enable customize, you have the create new menu one here. And then when you hit this, you choose a title. Then when you hit OK, it's gonna create a new menu here, empty, and then you can bring it on a shelf. And the brush one here. The thing is, you cannot like when you do your custom UI, you Control Alt click to any button that's in ZBrush, and then you can just bring it into your custom UI here. But with the brush one, it's a bit trickier. You need to select your brush first. Like let's say you want to displace in your brush menu here. You have to select it before. Like when you select it, it just appear here, and then this that's like the recent brush use stuff, and then you can just Control Alt and drag it here now. So now it's part of the UI. And then after you just put this menu on a shortcut, I think you have to remove enable customize, Control Alt click on the menu. Like if I go here, I remove enable customize, then I Control Alt click on this menu, and now I can assign a shortcut to it. Yeah, now I have the displace brush here. Just sometimes when you double click on it, it opens the brush menu, and then you can select flatten, and now it replaces your move brush by the flatten one, and that's a bit annoying to me. I can just come back. You can just double click on it and then come back to the move tool here. But the thing is, if you select a brush that says selectable with the Control Shift click, like let's say the slice rect one or the slice curve, then you have this node. You skip it until the next restart. Now you cannot, for any reason, you cannot click it and then change it. So now I'm a bit screwed. So you need to go into preference and then restore custom UI, and then it's back. Small tricks. Usually I work with this, but since I'm streaming this stuff, you can see the brush I'm using. It's a tab, the shortcut, if you want to make the full UI. I never use the subtool here, because as you can see I have 128 subtools, so it's very hard to find your subtools. I always use the alt click to change the, just alt click on any subtools, so you don't have to find them in there. If you hit N on the keyboard, you can see all your subtools layout like this. If you need to find one that is hidden, it's pretty useful because you have a better idea of the shapes and stuff. Salut. Ouais. En ligne, tu peux leur dire bonjour.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Si, si. That's my girlfriend, Cindy.
Hello. Everybody.
Who's that vieux calice? What's up? And yeah, you see when I use the Dynamesh one, it kind of delete a little bit of the detail I was working on. It's not that I care, but in the Dynamesh one, you have a project things here. What it does is that it kind of save the mesh before Dynameshing, and then it reproject it after the Dynamesh is done. You see, like there's a projection progress, so you kind of keep a little bit of detail, but it's a bit longer if you have like very dense meshes. I started an hour ago. But no, I didn't start this model an hour ago. Like, I'm just continuing this model. I'm working on the arm parts. I wish I had started an hour ago. Thanks, man. It's a work in progress. It's like it's gonna be better when it's gonna be done, I guess. I hope if I can manage to finish it one day. I never finished my personal project, but I think that's a bit why I'm doing this live stream. I started this model like a while ago, and 2 weeks ago, I just say like, oh, okay, I could try this Twitch streaming. So I was like streaming by my own, but and then it's kind of helped me to stay focused. It's very good to do a bunch of work without like get distracted by whatever, like Facebook or other stuff. Yeah, and then I just started streaming, and then like I saw this post on Facebook that there was this ZBrush live things coming, so I said, oh, I could just give it a try to see. And yeah, here I am. Hi, what's up, Brendan? Thanks. Yeah, I'm the I'm the only one on the weekend. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but usually on Sunday I do some ZBrush. not a fan of this spike here. So I find it it's another challenge to concept. Like before I used to just start do some sculpt based on concepts that were already existing. It's kind of I wanted to start a little bit doing my own concept, but it's a whole different challenge. It's way more long first. It takes a lot more time. I need to find a good silhouette. Like that's the first thing I'm watching is the contour of the shape. This might be a bit big. There's a good trick if you want to check your silhouette. You can choose any matte cap, and then when you put it to black, you can watch your silhouette like this. If you use, like I use always the basic material, like you have some specular on it, but with the matte cap it's pure black. And it's good to just start to find like some interesting silhouette shapes. That's gonna be what the first things that the eye is gonna see. What's up, Bobarian? That's a personal project I'm working on. It's nothing crazy. I'm just doing this for fun, and then maybe doing like a personal project that I'm gonna finish for one day. And I wish, my goal is to stream the whole process on the stream. That was my goal. Some other stuff came up, so I have to work on another project for now, but eventually I guess I'm gonna finish it, hopefully. I think I never finished a personal project at all yet. Yeah, the V, I always forget this. It's you can swap the two color here, but the thing is, you always see this shading, so the map graph. But the thing is, the V is very close to the C one, and I don't know what this C shortcut is doing. I think it just go like. Do you any of you guys know what the C shortcut does? Because I always like edit without not really, just kind of darken the color or something. I find the basic material for doing some sci-fi stuff, for doing shapes that more intricate or that has a lot of subtools. It's really it's easier to read what's going on. The matte cap gray, which kind of meld everything together. Basic material is like more contrasted. Oh, see, it's pick color. How does it work? Oh, it's based on. Oh, I just got it. It's based on what color you're watching. I guess that's cool. So I guess if I just fill the subject, I guess. Yeah, that's cool. No, I didn't. Never ever printed anything yet. I wish I had a 3D printer. I've just found that the Slack this black 3D printer that just came out of a Kickstarter. Looks pretty promising. It's like, it has, I think everything's like, all the specs are better than the Form 2 one for like the third of the price. So, but it hasn't started to ship yet. So I'm just gonna wait to see like what people will do with it, and I might buy it eventually. But yeah, I'm really looking to 3D printing eventually. Just make a panel here. So, Hey Rabbit, I think it's an hour. I started at 10. Yeah, Pixelogic getting good on that live stream. There was some very crazy good live stream this week. I think I watched them all. I think it started at 100,000 view. Now it's like there was 30,000 views this week. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I have some polygon. It's not that much. I have some character I use in productions that has 300,000 million polygon. All displacement. I have some pretty good tricks. I might share it eventually. I might make a Gumroad tutorial eventually. I have a pretty cool workflow for displacement map. I have like there's some production character I had. There was 300,000 million polygon, like with some 100 subtools, and in a day I could export all my displacement map, bring them to Mary, and then was rendering with V-Ray. Yeah, all the character was completely displaced. But yeah, now I work in video games, so it's a totally different workflow. I find it way more fun because we can just use Dynamesh or whatever tool we want and just bake it after. That's where the big subdiv stuff I showed earlier is come handy. Like, what it doesn't just duplicate the mesh and then put one polygroup to the whole thing, delete the layers, and on idle there was some stuff hidden. And yeah, so now I can just. It's like basically doing the extract stuff, but I find it a bit faster. There's tons of ways to do stuff in ZBrush. So yeah, let's say I just want to start to polish this shape. I think I'm not happy with the design yet. I'm gonna continue to design it when as I'm gonna be polishing it. I can start to make some panels. Yep, the Topology brush doesn't work sometimes when it's. If I use the polish option in Dynamesh, no, I usually leave it by default. I think it's by 10 by default. So, no, yeah. No. Yeah, when I draw a shape, then I just use the cleat tool to the crease level I set it to usually 3, I think. Whatever looks good. It doesn't look too much. sharp. Also the dynamics of this is so much nice now. I worked on a movie before, the Little Prince. It's an animated feature film, and that dynamics of div didn't exist by the time. It's fairly new, and we were still bringing all our characters inside ZBrush just to move the vertices around. But if we had that dynamics of div would have been so much more better. It's really changed the whole way I work. Yes, I worked on the Little Prince. It was an interesting work to do. You know the old aviator in the movie? I did the topology basically, and then some. There was a lot of rigging requests for it, so I had to redo the old face and the costume too. We like at the beginning we sculpted, we modeled it with the wrinkles baked like model into the mesh, but then there was some simulations over it, so we had to redo the whole costume without the wrinkles. I worked on some of the outfit of the little girl too, I think. Some of the shirts. I did 2 or 3 background characters. Sometimes like I start very low poly and I like to just subdivide it once, like after more control. And then cool things when you subdivide it, you can always come back and then reconstruct the subdiv and then build the higher if you want. Yeah, sometimes with the topology brush, when you see this triangle, means like the red one, it means that it's gonna create a triangle when you just apply it, which I would prefer to have a quad here. So the whole tricks to do this is just to draw a line like this. So now it's gonna create a quad. If you go and then erase the extra lines, it's still gonna make a triangle, so you need to leave that line there before building it. Another thing, sometimes you see when I work on this shape and then I'm in solo and I just unhide solo and then there's some stuff in the way, I just go in and clone the tool, so now I can work on it and then I can go in and take, let's say, this shape, happen in here, take this one, happen in. I have my three shapes, I can work on them and then just bring them back like that. Small thing with the Z modeler. Sometimes when it's a bit, you want just the insert one, and insert an edge loop, and then you have to hit space, and then you cannot assign any shortcut in there or put it in a custom UI. But one thing you can do though, it's you do a preset of the insert the Z modeler, so you can, like, for example, the edge, you put it at insert, and then the faces you do nothing, and then the vertices you do nothing. So now it's just gonna insert edges no matter where you click. So that can be handy, but you don't want to do this every time you want that brush. So when you put your settings, you have your preset, you can just save your brush as easy water, and then load the brush. Here. So now you have your insert mesh. I could have called it insert edge mesh. So it's gonna always load with those settings. So you can always, like, save it in your program file. If you wanna start ZBrush with it, you could always save it in your program file, and then it's in startup, I think, brush presets here. You can put the brush you like in here. So I could just put it there. So it's gonna launch with ZBrush, and then I think I started to do some. No, not on this UI, but you could always put your C-Modder brush here, the preset you like. It comes handy. I just never made it, but I should. But now I'm so used to just going to the spacebar menu. The difference between QMesh and Extrude, it's pretty cool. The QMesh is gonna create, like, those automatic faces when it's snapped to another polygon, and the Extrude won't. Just Extrude. When you use Extrude, then it will just do something like this, and then you don't want to snap to anything. Extrude is a bit handy. Hey Amy, thanks. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, thanks guys for inviting me to this event. It's pretty cool. Thanks ZBrush Pixelogic for doing this event. I think I watched all the stream this week. Very lot of good knowledge and information. I love that quick save. It saved me so much. It saved my life so much time then. Like it stopped me to work, but I enjoy it. No, I'm not from France. I'm from Montreal, Canada. And yeah, no, I don't have anyone in my family that's coming from France, except my girlfriend that's French. Yeah, Quebec. With the poutine and the cold. Right now I think it's -20 outside. Freaking cold. Hopefully I'm inside. Like some ZBrush. A little better like that. Yeah, sometimes I just go and subdivide my mesh. Do some detailing on it. The important things when you subdivide it is to have like an even polygon distribution. You can always mask this and then remove an edge loop so it won't remove it on there. Other parts. That's cool. Gosh, I wish to be in the warm, but it's over soon. We're in February now, so March is gonna start to be warmer. Summer is nice in Montreal. I enjoy the summer. There's a lot of it's like we're so too much time inside during the winter that when the summers come out, everyone like just have a big smile in the face and then just go outside, and then I think there's a festival every day. You can just go out and then you know that there's gonna be an event somewhere. But yeah, the winter you have to do some winter sports, otherwise it can get very boring, like snowboarding and stuff like this, which makes the winter kind of better. Oh gosh, I wish I was in California. I went there not so long ago for the ZBrush summit. Our company just sent us there to do some workshop with Andrew Course and the guys from IT Software and Peter Conant. It was pretty very good very good workshops. I really like Andrew Course. I have his anatomy figures. We had an hotel close to the ZBrush summit called the Mama Shelter. It was very nice. We had a little bar on the roof, on the terrace. There was a terrace on the roof. Like we had the view of the Hollywood sign. It's pretty cool. Non, j'ai pas la welcome touch. I don't have the welcome touch. It's 22, 22 inches, I think. I really like this. The welcome. I couldn't go back to the tools. Unfortunately, yesterday there's a big black spot on the screen now. I think it burned or something. But I just bought it, so I'm still on the warranty. I'm gonna have to call them this week and then check this out. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, the XP Pen 22, I think I saw it. But I'm using the same Wacom at work, and I like having the same material at home than I use at work. Because if I use Nin tools at work and then I come on a Cintiq at home, it's kind of not the same feelings. So I'm kind of, since I do like so much stuff at work, it's like 8 hours a day. I cannot have a different material at home. It's very... Yes, if it's possible to lazy mouse the lasso mask. Yes, it is. I think so. If you hit Control and then click on lazy mouse, then you can. But the lasso, that's a good question. That would be a good idea, I guess. No, cannot. If there's a way for the topology brush to draw straight lines, kind of yes and no. If you use the topology brush and then you do this, and then you do this, it's still gonna do a straight polygon in between, depending on how much pan you put on it. So as long, and then me, what I like to do with the topology brush here, yeah, it's just what I like to do with it. It's just I draw like, I don't really care when I draw stuff how it looks. I can just go and split it in. You can just go in there and then take the shape here, unhide. No, you probably already know this, but when you unhide stuff, Control Shift click like to select the polygroups. It's not on the face that you select, it's on the vertices. So let's say if I take like the vertices that share with 2 polygroups, it's gonna unhide only those 2 polygroups. If I take the vertices that's only on 1 polygroup, it's gonna unhide everything only on that polygroup. So, and then if you take a bigger brush and then you select more, then everything's inside that brush size. It's gonna be hide or an hide, I think. Like if I take this, I just an hide here. You can see that it was selected too. It's good to know because at the beginning I didn't know it was on the vertices, so I was like, why I still have like those two polygroups? I was unselected. But when you know it, it's like, so yeah, you can just go and delete it in. So I keep that straight plane. You can start in making some new polygroups too. Hey Ashley, what's up? If I can you just click for vertices instead of lines? I'm not sure, because there's a delay, I guess you're talking about the topology brush. Not sure, is that the question? Heck yeah, with the clip brush you can just flatten. So yeah, if you didn't draw straight lines, and then I like also like just removing edge loop and then putting them back, so it's kind of make things straighter. That's a typical workflow. I would that's what I was doing in other 3D packages before I was using ZBrush to do my art surface stuff. Now I can say I use ZBrush now for like almost like 85 of my work, 85% of my modeling workflow. It's very rare I go in another 3D packages to retop or do shapes. The other day, like I'm now so used to this ZModeler stuff. The other day I was going to do a cubic kind of shape. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just do it in Maya, open Maya, and then do some cubes in it. I thought it was going to be faster. Then I start doing it. I was like, oh my god, that's way much faster to do in ZBrush. So I closed Maya very quickly and come back to ZBrush. Yeah, now you can do a thickness with extrude all polygon. And for the thickness, the thing is, because I started with my Dana mesh, I started it here on a double-sided, so it means that we see the front face and the back face. Here. But the thing is, now it's in double side, so I don't see, but my mesh is inverted, like the normal are flipped. So you just need to be aware of this. You can just go in and flip it. It's under display. You can see display somewhere else, somewhere here. Display properties. You have double and flip, so you can just flip the whole thing. It's crazy how I didn't do. It's crazy the work I didn't do a lot of work in this those 3 hours I just did. I think it's because I'm talking while I'm drawing. It's very distracting. Yeah, clip brush is awesome. It's like there's so much. That's the thing, when the ZModeler came out, I was like, oh gosh, I know I've used Maya for I don't know how many years, and then now I have to relearn everything. Because the ZModeler brush is very different on how the other 3D packages work. So it takes some time to get used to it. But yeah, that time spent is very rewarding now. Also, that move brush, I use this a lot as when you alt click with the move brush, so you can move based on the screen from the angle you're looking at. But if you alt click while moving, it's gonna move toward the normal of the mesh. I think I always move with the alt click on it. Yeah, Z-Mother for the win. Also, another technique I like to use to make more interesting shape than just doing like a small cube retopple. Let's see, I want this shape. Could be a good idea to save it. Sometimes a quick save doesn't work so well. Better just quick. It's my tool. Well, whatever. Yeah, another cool tricks. You can just clip stuff like this, and then with my bigs, this little macro here, you can just use the slice brush. Where's it? Where is my curve? Just start slicing the contour. It's a bit long because there's too much. Keeps on coming back to the other side. Oh. My quicksave are pretty fast because I have a SSD drive, and then ZBrush quick saving on the C drive. So this is what my SSD is. So I can have like a couple of videos on mesh, quick save, pretty decent amount of time. Okay, now I've sliced, I've separated this stuff. I can always demother it. Nope. Another time. Cleaning it up. Can do. Let's extrude all the polygons here. I know it's inverted, but I'm just flip it. Oh gosh, what's that? Yeah, there's something here. Also, if you don't know, that's very handy. When you use any other like Control-Shift brush, like the lasso, whatever, the trim curve, whatever brush you're using, you cannot hide or unhide stuff anymore, because when you Control-Shift you drag it, but if you repress Control-Shift a second time, now the rectangle is back, so you can have both brush in one. That's pretty cool. It's pretty handy. No, I'm just gonna stop trying to fix this. That piece is taking way too much time than it should. Yeah, doing some hard surface in ZBrush is awesome. I enjoy it. And that's a bit the reason I'm doing this character too. It's to learn the tools and getting used to them. Like when there's a new version of ZBrush, I always try to make a project based on the new tools that are out, just so I can get used to them. And then when I go into productions, I'm not. I'm already used, and then I get like more like a broader range of tools to do the same amount of work as fast as possible. Yeah, 3ds Max. Yeah, I completely destroyed this thing. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy the amount of time it takes to learn ZBrush, and then every time there's a new version, it's like relearning. It's crazy how like at every version they do, there's so much new stuff. It's one of the companies that's the most innovative, I think. Oh, okay, it's time to speed up a little bit. Oops. Extrude by Polyloop is awesome. Crease by Polygroup also is awesome. Yeah, ZBrush is long. It's long to learn, but yeah, I'm using it in production now, but it took me a while. It's so different than any other application. Also, like, you can see that the mesh are not blending well together. That's like the part I do after. Like, I'm still in dynamic subdivision mode. But then when I'm gonna be happy with the result, I'm just gonna go in and start subdividing it, and then I'll do the refinement of all the junctions and stuff. And then add some alpha so it's gonna help bring the shape together. Like for example, use the mask. There's also my mask. And then you can blur, you probably don't know this, but you can blur your mask by control clicking anywhere on the mesh. And then if you control Alt click, it sharpen it. Which is good. And then if you invert it, you smooth it, you get a different result. You can start. That's when I talk about the move tool earlier. That's where the focal shift becomes very handy to be set a little bit higher to do those small refinements. There's the trim hole also, that's pretty cool. Daniel, I'm using the Wacom Cintiq 22 inch, I think, 22 HD, no touch. I think it's a bit more expensive, and then it's the first thing I disabled when I have the tablet or something. That's gonna be faster to do than if I use the slice brush. I just clip this. Now I can. That's gonna work well. Let's remeasure. You can always come back with my my simulator. Delete that polygon. Let's triangle. cool because you can always combine the older tool with the new motor, so you can just slice it. Everything's that's what's crazy with ZBrush. Everything's working together. It's like every time there's new tools and stuff, they all work together. It's not the case for all the software. Just gonna give you my link for my art station. It's Polygraph. I think it's Polygraph. Oh wait, I'm just gonna art station. It's pretty. My art station is like 3 year old. I think I didn't post anything since a while. Like all old stuff. Eventually I'm gonna put some new stuff. I have some production I work on. I was working at Digital Dimension before. I work on some project, but they are still under the thing, so I cannot release. But there's some crazy detail model I did like 300,000 million polygon. Not really. The project's gonna be released, I hope. When you want to move just one vertex, always, where the draw size is super small, and it's just gonna try to polish this thing. Sometimes I fight so it could be just faster to redo it. Eh, oui, ici. L'autre côté. Un truc. L'autre côté. Ici. That was my cat and my girlfriend. Okay, I'll come back in 2 seconds. think I'm just gonna bring them back in my character. Let's see how everything looks together. Yep, je suis français, je viens de Montréal. Yeah, thanks, Ashley. Yeah, it's a work of. Yeah, it's been a while. I didn't show the whole thing. It's a work in progress. I started a while ago. I'm just working on the end for now, but yeah, I wanted to stream the whole process, just to show a little bit my techniques and stuff. And I think when I'm streaming, I'm more concentrated on my work. Like I don't go on Facebook or do like other stuff. It's like for like four hours straight I work. So I think it's good for my motivations. It's a bit way just maybe I'm gonna finish one of my personal projects once it's for all. Yeah, it's so good for motivation. When you do personal project at home, it takes way much more time than production. Production, it's 8 hour a day. It goes fast. It's not always like a production environment. I think I could do it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. But at home, it's like 1 hour a day, like 2 hours a day during nights. When I come home, if I work on it, and weekends I never do like 8 hours on the weekend. I do maybe 4 hours, 6 hours. So I end up never finishing my personal project. I work for Electronic Arts. It's a new studio here in Montreal called Motive. It's pretty awesome. It's one of the best places I've worked so far. It's so bad working there since a year. It's not known yet, but because it's brand new, but very exciting about it. My microphone. Do you hear me well? Better like this? Hello. Yeah, I don't know if I've. Don't think I can. Maybe I can boost it. Hello, do you hear me better like this? It's a test. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's not like if what I'm saying is super interesting. You know, when you have multiple subdivision levels, you cannot mirror and well. There's always the plugin to mirror, but you know, the subtool master here. The only thing is when you mirror this, yeah. It's gonna take a while. The thing is that with the subtool master, when you mirror stuff, it doesn't keep the polygroup on one side. Kind of mess up with the polygroups. Gosh, this is taking way too long for a piece like this. Yeah, I should have saved it. Wings. Too bad the stream is delayed. Well, I think it's over. It's dead. No message, no error. Oh! Oh, it's back online. Now it's a good time to save. Operation completed. Good stuff. So yeah, like what I was saying, that when you do it, you see how it keeps the polygroup on one side, but it's screwed on the other side. So my technique, I'm just gonna clone it to show it better. Let's see. I go to the higher subdivision level. I delete the lower, and I can delete it then. And now I still have my polygroups in the higher. And then if you just do mirror and weld, now I have both shapes with the polygroup, and I can just reconstruct the subdiv. I think when you do this though, if you have UVs, you're gonna lose your UV. Yeah, there's a little thing I can show you with the topology brush. When you do stuff that are inside the symmetry axe, I'm just gonna clone it. So let's say I just want to do I don't know, whatever. Oops. Move B P O. Then just delete the lower subdivision level. Then when you use the symmetry brush with the topology brush, it's kind of hard to merge it in the middle. Like if you do align this, sometimes it does like do stuff. So I don't like working in symmetry with the topology brush. So what I do is I just go over a little bit the symmetry axe, and then I create my shape. It's pretty easy. Gosh. And delete it in. So now I can just mirror and weld the thing after it's done. The only thing is that's create a creasing in the middle. So there's two options where you can uncrease it with the Z modeler, or you can do uncrease all and crease by polygroup, and then it's done. When you have stuff like this, when it's getting too thin, you have a hard time with the Dynamesh. You can always clay with the backface mask on, so it's gonna create some thickness. You shouldn't have the problem anymore after. I find the Dynamesh part is the funnier part. It's where it's very like enjoyable part where you design your shapes. Then when you have to come and polish it, it takes so much time, so much longer. So that's where I usually like stop working on my project. I really enjoy designing stuff in ZBrush. It's so weird to look at the model in people's. When it's gonna be done, I'm gonna try to go and pose her. It's gonna be a mess. At one point, I'm gonna have to clean up all those subtools. I don't even look at my subtools here. There's so much like stuff that's just in there since a long time. Never cleaned it. Once in a while I just go in and delete the even one. I have also that noisemaker plugin that you can just put some very easy detail and then shape very quickly. The noisemaker plugin I just found recently that if you it zoom always in the center, but when you click on the mesh and you zoom actually on the mesh. It's like the right click when you right click on a model. So I was always like was always out of the view, and then since I found this like that's how we do it. Yeah, baking. Nope, I don't want noise playing. Just got some noise. You know that if you hit Control H, the mask is still active, but it's just hidden. It's pretty useful. Yeah, that Z Manager stuff. Yeah, I tried it once. It looks awesome. It's crazy the fact that you can move multiple subtools. This I should retry it. It's just the thing that I didn't really like it. That was renaming the subtools. It's not a big deal, but with the workflow I had before in production with all the displacement, my naming was super important. I use my naming to keep track of all my displaced subtools. But now, yeah, I could just go ahead and give it a try. And also the other thing with this plugin, it's storing its data locally on the drive. So if you bring your model somewhere else, the data of the plugin won't. I mean, I might be wrong. I don't know. I didn't test it that much. But yeah. Hey, thanks, back again. Sorry for that. And if you guys have any question or anything, don't hesitate. No, it's not renaming or storing. Okay, I should give it a try then. Maybe it changed the last time I used it. I'm gonna make the low poly in a texture, but good thing about my workflow, it's like half of the pieces are already low poly. Then I won't do like a game version because it's a personal project and I don't want to do all those baking stuff. So I think I'm gonna. Sorry about that. I think I'm gonna just do the UVs, then lay out in UDIMs, and then bring it in the whole thing in Mary. I might decimate it so I don't have to deal with the displacement, but I could always use the displacement. Displacement just because sometimes it doesn't really do the shape that it's supposed to do. It's kind of, especially when you have spikes and stuff like this, it's very hard to get a good displacement map. So, yeah, just because it's a personal project, I'm not gonna mess around with too much technical stuff. If it was in a production for a video game, I would totally retopple everything. And then bake it in X-Normal and stuff like this. If it was for movie production, VFX production, then I think I would bring like the second level of subdivision, like not this one, but more this one, and then just displace the whole thing. I did it before. I displaced 300,000 million polygon mesh inside the V-Ray, and yeah, I have a pretty fast workflow to do this. I developed the workflow inside the ZBrush and Mary to bake all my displacement map. It's just that you need to start with a good scale. If you know the scale of your object, you don't have to input any numbers. You just do the displacement and then it's work 1-to-1. And then it gives pretty good result. Very accurate compared to what we have in ZBrush. That makes no sense. Sometimes it's good when you do design to think if the thing's gonna just fold. So like if I put something on her wrist and then she has to move the end and this thing goes inside, that's not good. So it's good to think about those things, especially for design and stuff. I always put the dummy like this on my character. It's just for like, it's because when it's selected, like when you select a subtool, kind of highlight it a little bit. You can change it in the preference how much highlight you have on the selected subtool, but I don't think you can remove it, not as I know. So I use this little dummy to select it so I have a uniform color on everything, and also it's like a pivot point for rotation. I want to rotate around my model. I was thinking also maybe for the model, I'm not sure if I'm gonna bring it to Keyshot and then just do my just do a compositing, so I don't have to deal with UVs and stuff. But because if I do this, I'm just gonna be able to do one angle. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just bring it array or null or something like this. Yes, I can definitely share my custom UI. I'm don't know where I'm gonna put it though. Just I'm just wondering where I can put it so you can download it. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a folder on my web server. It won't work for now, but it's gonna work. There, I'm gonna just send this. And then it's not working now, but it's gonna work when I finish the stream. Or I can put it now. So yeah, now the link should work. Oh gosh. It's forbidden. It's gonna be more complicated than that. Sharing stuff. Just gonna check if I okay, that works. Test.zip. So I'm gonna just do this UI.zip. So yeah, I'm gonna save it there. Interface config save UI desktop. I'm gonna put it in the new folder for all the UI, and then I can store my shortcut to. Oops, not store and save. Call it UI. Not to archive zip UI. That's zip. UI. That's it. Put it on the server. there we go. Sure. Twinks! Yeah, I have a Google Drive, but that worked. So there it is. It's my UI. There's some stuff that won't work. I have some custom brush. It's in, the brush presets. I have the orb crack and stuff. I don't know if I can share those because it's not mine. So, but you can find them easily on the internet. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna let it there, so you can grab it whenever you want. Well, that's it, I guess, for today. Just gonna save it, and then yeah, I'm gonna continue eventually. I hope. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being there. Thanks Pixelogic Live for letting me do this stream. I didn't do much, but I talk a lot. I talked not that much, but yeah, it's just because I think it's hard working and then talking at the same time. So yep, that's the 3 parts I did today. Gosh, and yeah, thanks for watching, and then see you next time. If you have any question or anything, just drop me a note. I'm on Facebook. You can find me if you look at Holograph. I can share my Facebook if you want. If you have any question, don't hesitate. Just drop me a line. And it's gonna be a pleasure for me to answer. So yeah, have a good Sunday, and see you next time. Ciao guys and girls.